It's like, it's just like people were throwing stuff everywhere. There's stuff left everywhere. Stuff on the floor. Like, come on, people. Like, don't be a jerk. Hello everyone, and welcome to another studio vlog with me, Carolyn from Crafting with Glorious Purpose, where we make unique gifts for you and that special someone. Today is Monday, the 10th of March. It is Daylight Savings Week, and I'm on call this week, which I'm excited about for work. With that said, that means I work the later shift, which is kind of making the daylight savings jump ahead an hour a little more tolerable since I don't have to come on until 9. So we're looking at like 8:30 right now, and I'm kind of awake at this point now, so I can log into work and function. So with all that said, don't have a lot this week. This will be a short week for me and probably a short vlog. I have appointments on Thursday and Friday, so I will not be filming and I won't be in the craft room. So I do need to work on this week a basket for the upcoming market at the end of the month. I am so close to finishing the decals. I did a huge chunk of them last night. I'm down to one sheet left to cut. And then I have maybe a half a sheet left of ones that I screwed up, like where I messed up when I was weeding and I lost some pieces. So I need to finish doing that. And I do want to consistently upload some new artwork to my to-do shop. So I have not had any sales yet on my to-do shop since changing over to the more graphic downloads. However, I did get an uptick in my views of the shop, and they give you little badges. I don't know if I went over that in the tutorial last week or not, but they give you little badges for hitting little benchmarks, kind of like what Facebook does, but there's a lot more to achieve. So I hit on a streak for 200 views to my shop. I also gained quite a bit of followers, and I also got, I think there was another badge that I had gotten. I think it was logging in consistently for 2 weeks straight or something like that. But I do have a good bit of designs put up there as we speak. So I'd like to keep the momentum going where at least I'm posting. I'd love to do one a day, but I know I'm gonna burn out really quick. But I just want to get maybe the first couple weeks doing one a day just to get my catalog built up, and then consistently maybe do 2 or 3 a week to kind of keep me drawing, which is awesome, which is what I really want to do, and learning on the iPad, but also putting it out there for other people to use. So I do have some, and like I said, none of them have to be works of art, full on, sublimation designs. Some of them I'm going to try to do some like vinyl decal cuts, like SVG files, and have those up there so that somebody could use those. But yeah, so uploading that is probably going to be something I'm going to add every week to my to-do list, saying that I'm going to upload X amount of designs so that I can kind of keep myself on track. No other revelations with family tree members, but I did have a little bit of time this weekend to kind of go through my list of what ended up being 28. Princess Diana was also added to my list of relatives. I did go through and debunk a couple of them. I am sad to report that I am not related to God, I'm like really having a hard time this morning. Marie Antoinette. I am not related to her or Queen Victoria. There were some liberties taken with one of the people in the family tree. When you go on to this woman, she was, I forget how many great grandparents, like 10th or 11th, I think, on my side. And there were still generations to go to link them to the shared ancestor for the royalty line. This one woman who was like 10th grandmother has 2 mothers listed in her family tree. And this is kind of what I was talking about. When you go on to this site, people can go in and change and edit to what they want. So it looks like this woman actually had her name in there with sources that showed her mom's name was Barbara, but somebody else put in a woman that was Gertrude, or like without the E. I'm assuming it was very French, or, you know, but they had a completely different woman just so they could get the line. And it isn't correct, because the source actually had the woman's birth certificate and showed who the mother was, and it wasn't this other woman. So if the first one was correct and it was that royalty line, I would be related, but I do not think I'm related to this person. I did, because like I said, my mom's birthday came up. I am 100% legit 9th cousins to Elvis Presley, and Bob Ross is a definite as well. So that one was exciting for me. George Washington was one I confirmed, and also I believe Abraham Lincoln. And so I'm going to kind of work my way through. I also think Babe Ruth and Walt Disney were also correct. There were a couple little parts that I wanted to double check on their side, but mine worked. What I had worked up to what this tree had. So I'm going to plug away at some of those, you know, try to do one a day, but it is very overwhelming when you're looking at 27 or more generations of ancestors to confirm if all that information is correct. So happy to report that some of them are correct, but I am a no on Marie Antoinette, and I am a no on Queen Victoria, which is okay with me because Bob Ross was more important to me. As I'm sure anybody that loves doing crafting can also appreciate a good Bob Ross painting. Just the fact that he inspired so many people that weren't, you know, artists, to show that anybody could pick up a paintbrush and paint something and there weren't any mistakes. It's all happy accidents. So I am going to leave you at that. I'm going to go and get some breakfast real quick before I have to log into work. I still have 20 minutes to relax. I might pick up my iPad and doodle a little, or clean up the disaster that is back here and over here. But to be honest, I think at lunch I'm going to be cutting that last sheet and trying to make it so that maybe this weekend I can just do transfer tape and cross these decals off my list. I did package, I think over here is my Sweet as Can Be collection and new coasters, which I will show you in this video that I did make over the weekend. And I have those all packaged ready for the show, but I need to put them in my Square account before I put them in the general community of craft stuff going to the show. And I'd also like this weekend to get my layout done for my table, because this one will not be bring a table. It will be given an 8-foot table. So I won't be able to use my new tablecloths. I'll have to use my 8-foot one that I have, and then put my 6-foot over top of it, because the 6-foot has my name and business stuff on it. And I want to do a different design than what I've done, because I've been there twice and I kind of want to change it up just a little bit. Last time I was on the end cap, which was really nice, and it was like, as soon as you walked in the door, there were 2 forward-facing tables, and I was one of them. So I was actually really excited with my placement last year. So we'll see where I'm at. I did ask if I could be put in the same spot, but it's all one big room, so it doesn't really matter. People walk through because, you know, to get to the food, you have to walk all the way to the back. The bathrooms are back that way. The front had the raffle. The cookie sale was on one side. So, I mean, you kind of have to do the tour. So it doesn't matter. They'll get to me eventually. So I got that. I also picked up a new shadow box. I am all out of the black. So I got that ready to go so that I can get my box ready to replace for the table. I'm probably going to take my Sweet as Bee, which is up here, and I'm going to decorate that one up, put it with the collection, and maybe do like a little spot that just says, you know, spring collection and just those items. So yeah, I'm gonna do the rest of my Monday morning stuff, and then hopefully catch you at lunchtime. If not, I will see you tomorrow for sure, and we can get some stuff going. But like I said, I don't have a lot this week. It's just going to be some tidying up some little things, and then I'm looking forward to being off on Thursday and Friday. So I will talk to you then. Here's the best part. The sun is out today. If you saw at the beginning of the video, that was footage from actually Friday night. We went to pick my son up. He's doing stage crew for the high school and helping do the sets and stuff. And we were driving there, and it started like flurries, which was odd because it was 50 in the afternoon. We're sitting waiting for him, which maybe over the course of 20 minutes, the flakes were like giant. It was coming down like crazy. Our car was getting covered while we're sitting there waiting. We were like, what in the hell is this? We went to bed, woke up the next morning to 2 inches of snow. And then by afternoon, it was all gone because it hit upper 50s. And I was like, I don't even understand this. So like over the stretch of the last week, beginning of the week was cold. I don't remember what the temperature was. It may have been 30s, 40s. We had 2 days in a row that were 60. But the second day was rainy, so it wasn't really a true sunny 60. It was more of a rainy 60, so it was kind of damp and kind of cold. But then like the next day, it was flurrying with snow. Then we had a decent weekend. It wasn't bad. And then like this past week again was like, oh, it's going to be warm. And then you just warm. Like we went to go pick him up. I was like, oh, it's 50. I'm just going to wear this. So I just put this little sweatshirt on, and we're just sitting there. It's snowing. I'm like, oh, great. It's freezing cold outside now. It was a mess. I don't understand what's going on with the weather, but hopefully spring is coming. So with that, I will show you the coasters that we made in the hopes that spring is coming, because they're flowers and they're all, you know, hopefully for spring to show up. But I'm hopeful today. Sun's out. It's going to be a nice warm day. We'll see what happens. What we are looking at right now is something that my husband picked up for me because he is awesome. So I was having some troubles with my 1920s SoGem, and we got it to work. Everything was going well on it. And it still works great. But my husband went out on his lunch break and bought a floor model from Joann's and got this awesome sewing machine that I now need to teach myself, because this has got way more features than I'm used to. So I'm used to just threading it and sewing. I don't understand a lot of the buttons on this. I do have to say that the reverse is so much easier to use than on the SoGem, because it had that little lever that I had to click, and it felt like the whole thing was shifting when I did it. And yeah, so this is going to be my new thing to teach myself some new things on, and it also has all kinds of stitches too. So I'm pretty excited to try some of this stuff out. And yeah, he's amazing. So I am looking forward to getting this going and seeing what all I can make with it. It probably will make my dog bandanas go much faster. And I'm hoping that there's a lot less swearing. So we'll see how that goes. Hey, we're back. Okay, so here are the coasters that I was able to make this weekend. So I have a pattern for camping. It's got some trees and some little campers. I did a set of paw print backgrounds, one in pink and one in white. I have a couple floral illustrations. And then I have, this one is like it's got like a, I don't know what, an off-white type background, like a real pale yellow, and it's got a little design to it. So I'm adding these 4 into my bin of dogs and have some other ones I think I'm going to try to make that are not dog related, and in the hopes that, you know, if these take off, then I can purchase more. But I do want to keep a few blanks at home just in case I do get orders for custom ones. And that way I don't have to go and buy another set of 25 just to do one order. I'm hopeful that they'll take off, but like I said, I have a good bit of the dog ones done. So I think what I'll do is take what I have and then do a sign or something on my table that says, you know, don't see your pup, or would like a custom one. You know, if they pay there, then I'll ship for free. If they don't, they can go on my site and order one, and then I can send it to them that way. So that way I don't have to bring every dog to this event, because it is, like I said, it's only an 8-foot table. So I'm not going to have, you know, my 2 dog shows are going to be a tent outside, 10 by 10. I can bring whatever fits in the tent, so I can go nuts. But I think I'm going to scale back some of my display this year to see if that makes a difference. If it's too busy, if people are just kind of walking by because it's just too much, or you know, maybe rotate out in the shows. You know, maybe bring things that I know that go well in one show versus another, and just kind of changing it up that way. So I will see how that goes, but I will bring you along for the table thing. I do need to clean a space off to make space to make an 8-foot table. I just mocked them up on the floor because I don't have an 8-foot table, so I can't test it. I only have a 6-foot, so I will bring you along for that, and then we'll figure that out. So catch you later. I just got back. I am out in my car. I felt weird filming inside the store, but I think my last Joann's haul, unless things go down really far and I get a chance. But since I was off here today and I had a few minutes between doing things, I thought I would stop in and see what was going on. There weren't a lot of people in the store, which was nice to actually get a nice walkthrough, but I don't know. Still kind of hurts that that's going away, but you know, it is what it is. So I'm going to be heading home here, and I just thought I'd break in and let you know. Bye. So I'm back in the office. I know I said I wasn't going to record today, but I have a little pocket of time, so I figured I would show you my haul from Joann's. I've been keeping an eye on one of these for a while. I always like a little more task lighting here whenever it's a cloudy day, not like today. Today's beautiful outside. So I picked this one up because it's the smaller. It's got three modes, and it's got a place to hold your phone as well. So it's got the little stand. It also has a little tray where you can put, if you don't use it for that, you can put, you know, your storage, like your pens and stuff in there. So I thought that might be helpful when I'm doing some tedious weeding. I did pick up, I saw that they only had a few left in this color, so I picked up a couple more of the smaller sized crates, and I got one of the medium sized ones. So actually technically it's called small, but okay. One of the small crates. And then I picked up a couple fabrics in the fabric quarters. I'm just going to try to make some poop pouches with my new sewing machine. So I wanted to give them a test, and I needed some doggy ones. So this one here is, even though it's called Novelty Patriotic, I don't think that that's correct. It's got dogs and hearts. And then I found this one that has the different doggies on them. So I thought that might be cool ones to kind of test out. Overall, the store is still pretty full. There's a lot of fabric, and you know, it is what it is at this point. I did overhear a conversation at the counter. Somebody was asking, you know, when the last day would be, and they said whenever everything's gone. But you know, nothing seemed like the fabric there's a ton of fabric still left. So, you know, she had said that, you know, 20%, even the woman working there was like 20% is not enough of a deal. So who knows, coming up in the next few months, but fabric is still 20% off. And they had, you needed to buy 2 yards was the minimum. But it was weird. Some of the odd things that were completely gone, and then other things that I think you're going to have a hard time getting rid of. Like scrapbook paper was chock full, not even touched. Cricut stuff, almost gone. A lot of sublimation stuff left. The Cricut t-shirts and stuff were still left. Doesn't look like anybody touched most of the jewelry. Thread was gone. Like there was a whole section of thread that was gone. I didn't realize, you know, that was like gold apparently. But yeah, little things that were kind of odd. Yarn was completely almost gone, and storage was still chock full. So that's, like I said, I went through, but they didn't have a lot of this color, so I wanted to keep it so that I can make sure that everything matches on my table. And yeah, so that was my little Joann haul, which is not a whole lot, but I don't really need a whole lot at this point, so it's kind of a moot point. But I figured I'd go whenever there wasn't a lot of people there, and you know, do a true walkthrough to see what was there. I didn't feel like pulling out a camera and walking around with it, but you know, I needed to actually ask the woman that worked at the sewing station for the part on the floor model, and she was helpful in finding me the SKU number, so I at least talked to her and got what I needed. But yeah, overall it's looking grim. There's some aisles that were just completely destroyed. Like people are awful. I don't know how else to say it. It's like it's just like people were throwing stuff everywhere. There's stuff left everywhere, stuff on the floor. Like, come on, people, like, don't be a jerk. You know, some of these locations only have like 3 people working, and most of them are older people that are gonna have to clean that shit up. Like, come on, be conscious of that, you know, like, God. But anyway, so yeah, that was my little haul, and I will check in with you later.